Hello everyone and welcome back to Gold Rush Hard Mode. So, let's see. This is the last bucket on the claim that is empty. So, once I'm done with this bucket, I can do a clean out. And this clean out's kind of necessary. I need to figure out where I'm at. Uh, we have ran a lot of dirt. We're going through the dirt faster than I would like for sure. Uh, Pretty much the entire front of the claim, the entire top half of the front of the claim has been mined out at this point. Got these four little squares left here, or 2.5 squares, or however you want to put it. And then we're going to have to move to the back part of the claim, which just does not have near as much dirt on it as the front part of the claim. So I'm starting to get worried about the dirt. And I know Tier 2 is bad. I mean, the recovery rate of Tier 2 is bad. You're only getting like 7% of the gold. But the other reason is to do this clean out today is the first big clean out we did, or all those first clean outs were of the crap dirt that was on the pay or on the claim, like the worst dirt that was on the claim. This is actually going to be some of the best dirt that was on the claim. So I'm interested to see how much of a difference the bad dirt versus the good dirt is on tier 2. I don't expect a huge difference, right? But I do expect that we should at least average 2 ounces a bucket. I would like to average more than that, but 2 ounces a bucket is what I'm kind of expecting. And unfortunately, that's not going to be enough for us to get our tier 3 started, I'm fairly sure. Now, unless I have a much better clean out than I expect. But the point is, I need to know where I'm at money wise so I can figure out how to move forward. Because if I can, how do I put this? I'm going to need roughly, I think, about 280,000 to get the front loader, the shaker, the trommel, and our sluices. Which, by the way, I did already buy when I dug for 12 hours game time yesterday, and when I went to the new day, the grates for the sluice was on sale. So I went into town and I grabbed the grates, the mats, all that for all the sluices. So I already have bought those. But we still need to buy the shaker, the trommel, the front loader, which I was hoping at least one of those would go on sale, especially either the shaker or the front loader. But unfortunately, that never happened. But we still need to buy those. We're going to need to transport them to the claim. We're probably going to need a couple more generators, maybe a couple more water pumps. I'm not entirely sure. We'll figure all that out once we start setting it up. But I'm pretty sure what we need. But just in case, I mean, I never get it all perfectly right. I've also never set up a tier 3 plant with a small excavator. That's going to be interesting. But that's where we're at, and I need to do this clean out just to figure out how much more tier 2 digging I have to do, which I'm pretty sure is a fair amount, unfortunately. We're going to be well into the back of the claim, I think, before we get enough to even get our starter tier 3, which really has me worried at this point, to be honest. So I'm not entirely sure if we're going to make it to the point where we get a full tier 3 and the next claim. We will definitely get the next claim, but I'm not sure if we'll get a full tier 3 and the next claim. I really hope we do. But I'd also like to skip to the end of the season and get the workers for next season. Workers make a huge difference, especially once it gets to the point where you have to start swapping mats. Getting those workers going and getting them trained up so that we don't have to swap mats is huge. So that's kind of where I'm at. And like I said, this cleanup is going to kind of let me make the plan for everything moving forward. As far as that, this series has been incredibly popular. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying it. I hope you keep watching. I appreciate all the new subs. I appreciate the likes on the videos. I appreciate everything. So, and I'm really glad you're just enjoying it. It's actually probably the most popular series I've had on my channel. It's neck and neck with Captain of Industry at this point. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And most of the series at this point has just been cleanups, actually. So I'm hoping to actually get into some more digging. I'm not fond of the tier 2 digging, I'll be honest. And most of the time when I'm digging tier 2, I'm just listening to an audiobook while I do it. It's why I'm not recording a lot of the digging and playing. Once we get into tier 3, I imagine that'll change a bit. But so far, so good. I mean, you guys seem to really actually be enjoying it. I appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the subscribes. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate it all, guys. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. But last bucket. I can't wait to get this bucket done. I'll know by the time we get this cleaned up, get our gold smelted, cash it in for money, I'll actually know what I need to do or what I have left to do to get my tier 3 up and going. And that's good. That's exciting for me because I actually enjoy digging with the excavator. I'm not a fan of the front loader, but the excavator, this little excavator, is really trying at times. Has no real power. It's slow. Has no real reach. So I'll be happy to get off of this and get to the front loader. And we're going to be using the front loader to load the plant because we can't afford a rock truck yet. But that also leads me to whether I should, once I get tier 3 up and running, should I go, because we're going to get it up and running without our duplex jigs. So once I get that up and running, should I go for the duplex jigs or should I go for the rock truck? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to want to do all the moving with the front loader. I think I'm going to probably want to go for the rock truck. That would be my guess. So once I get that set up anyway. But first things first, we got to get to tier 3, and we got some work to do before we get there. And that's pretty much where we are. Like I said, I did go to town at one point, and because those grates went on sale, so I went and got some grates. While I was there, I really kind of wish I'd grabbed some buckets, but I didn't. I didn't think about it. If I had, this we would have been later in the day when I did this cleanup. And then, of course, keep in mind that whatever we do end up cleaning out today, the claim owner is going to want his 30%. So, as good as I hope this is, I really do hope it is, 30% of it goes to the claim owner, which is really going to hurt us. But I think this will absolutely be the last video before tier 3. The next video, we should easily be able to have enough money to get our tier 3 up and going, at the very least. So, this video is more about figuring out what my options are going forward. Which I'm sure if all of you have played, I'm sure you understand. Oh, let's see what else. I know a lot of you are also watching the Captain of Industry series, so I want to thank you guys for that too. A lot of the Captain Industry guys started watching the Gold Rush series, and a lot of the Gold Rush guys started watching the Captain of Industry series, so it's working out quite well. I'm glad you guys are enjoying both. I guess I wanted to say that too. And yes, I know I'm swinging crazy here, but with this little excavator and the tier 2 plant, I try not to move the plant any more than I have to. And I've been moving the plant with the excavator, which is actually kind of hard, actually. It's easier to move it with the truck, but I kind of put it in here backwards, so I've been moving it with the excavator. But oh, let's see, what else? Fuel. We're running low on fuel. I just filled this thing up again. It was out. I filled it up and went down to like 10% fuel in our mobile tank, so I need to take that with me to town. I almost wish I was live streaming so you guys could actually remind me to do that, because I'm sure I'll probably forget. Wouldn't surprise me at all if I forget, and you guys can't remind me because I'm not live streaming. Speaking of live streaming, you guys, I'm sure have noticed that I just don't live stream, and the reason I don't is because of my work schedule. I really can't live stream at all on any kind of a schedule, which is why I just don't do it. I would actually love to do it. I know a lot of people do, and it's something I would really enjoy doing. Having guys to talk to while I play, that would be great. But I just can't do it on any kind of schedule, so that's why I don't do it. I mean, one day it might be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The next day it might be at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's if I was even able to stream every day. I mean, I might not stream for 4 or 5 days, and then that's why I've stuck to videos at this point, guys. I know a lot of people have been asking, why I don't live stream or where do I live stream, and the answer is I just don't, because I can't. That's 100% on that bucket. Okay. That in there, I'm going to shut this off. Kind of loud, isn't it? Oh, speaking of audio, so I think I mentioned this on another Captain of Industry video, but in case you don't watch both, some people were saying that they couldn't hear me well if they were watching on your phone or tablet. So I, in the editing process, turned the volume up quite a bit. So if you are watching on your TV or computer, you probably had to turn the volume down for this video. Sorry about that. But if you're watching on your phone or tablet, I hope you can hear me better now. And if you can't, let me know. I'm fairly sure you guys should be able to. But if you can't, I just need to know. And how many buckets do we have? I'm actually not sure. We're going to need to count them over here. I know that group right there is 50 plus our little group over here to the side. And you know what? I didn't even think about a bucket for the magnetite. That's all right. No, it's really not all right, actually. That thing's not going to be able to run without a bucket. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I don't have a bucket laying around anywhere either. This was the last bucket on the claim. All right, so that is 50 buckets. This is 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 plus 4 in there. 21, 50, 71 buckets of cleanup. 71 bucket cleanout isn't bad. But I really might have to go to town to buy a freaking bucket to put in there. I can't believe that. I'm going to look around the claim here, but I'll come back once I got that figured out. I might actually have to go to town to buy a bucket, though. So I'll talk to you soon. Okay, so I did end up going to town and getting a bucket. But it occurred to me while I was in town that I could have just put a bucket of gold in the wavetable and sacrificed a bucket of magnetite. But at least I did remember to go and get fuel. So I didn't forget that. Aren't you guys proud of me? But yeah, a bucket of magnetite, or sacrificing a bucket of magnetite would have been a lot more efficient. But anyway. Okay. Need to turn everything on. Oh, and just to let you guys know, this is the pump here that's filling our water trailer. And this, after all this time, this is the pump that we got in the back in the hog pan. It's been running all this time, and it finally did blow one of these filters. So it finally did need replaced. But we will turn on this pump. And we'll hit that. And before I get started on the cleanup, I just want to show you guys the repairs. The repairs have been epic. Should have showed you that when I was over here. There's a whole dumpster full of repair parts. Most of it's the tier 2, like engines and spray bars and hydraulic hoses, teeth for the excavator, all kinds of stuff in here. Tires. See, we've had a lot of repairs. And we're going to sell all those. Good deal. I got us a little bit of money back. I don't know how much it was. I didn't pay attention. Hop over here. All right, let's get this going. Now, there was still 2 or 3 squares that were pretty much just junk dirt. And I think I ran those right here at the beginning. So I don't expect these to be too impressive, but I do hope that they get better as we go. I very much hope that. See, that one only had 25 ounces of magnetite, which is not very good. Just going to toss the buckets over there for now. I can get them off camera. Get that running. I actually remember to do that this time. Can you believe it? I'm finally knocking the rust off. 6, not bad. I'd really like to see like 30 or 40 ounce buckets of magnetite. Of course, I won't on tier 2, but that would be nice. $26, again, not bad. These are still, I think, the buckets from the junk dirt. Like the 4 buckets I put in there were definitely the junk dirt. And I think the first 2 or 3 of these were as well. 7, that's getting better. I really wish there was a better correlation, like 10 ounces of magnetite equals 1 ounce of gold or something, you know? Make it a little easier to judge. $29, that's getting better. I knew it would get better, but it's not enough. Like, I'd be really happy if they're like 40 ounces, but honestly, all the rest of these should be fairly good. Like, we really shouldn't run into any bad ones, right? At least according to the gold map. And I really don't know how accurate the gold map is, to be honest. I've never really paid attention to how they've done things or what they've changed. Or I do know you get 9 drill holes for every drill now, so it should be more accurate than ever. But whether it actually is or not, I don't know. I'm sure somebody on the forums can answer that, but I just don't really read the forums ever. 33, nice. Maybe we will see some 40-ounce magnetite buckets. That would be awesome. 40 ounces might actually be 3-ounce buckets. Not entirely sure, but it could be close. Kind of messed up when I went to town. I didn't pause the recording, so I'm not exactly sure how far we are into this recording at this moment. I'm at a half hour, but I'm sure it wasn't a half hour. Anyway, it'll all come out in editing. So this cleanup will take nearly about 20 minutes, so I understand if you guys want to skip ahead. We're already at 15, 16 ounces, so that's pretty good. And it's nowhere near the 70 or 80 ounces I was hoping we were at, but no, not seriously, but that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Honestly, I forgot how many buckets we had. I think it was 72. So if we get 2 ounces a bucket, that's 144 ounces. Under 44 ounces will be a big chunk of what we need to get to tier 3. And I'm sure we'll have enough magnetite out of this to actually get our gold loss finally. Especially with the better magnetite numbers. We could get our gold loss and another gold cost reduction. That would be great too. But I doubt we'll get both. But the gold loss will help a lot. At some point, I'm probably going to stop upgrading the blacksmith and start selling the magnetite too, so we can make some money, because I'm really disappointed in how low the gold's been in tier 2. Way under what I want it to be. I do understand why they do this, but tier 2 just seems so low. I mean, so very low, right? Like 7% gold recovery just seems terrible. I'm not sure why it's not 10 or 15%, you know? Honestly, it really should be about 15%. Tier 3, I think, is, I don't know. I can't remember the numbers, but it's up there. It's like 35, 40% or something. So to go from 7% to 35, 40% is a massive difference, which is why you want to get to tier 3 as fast as you can. But they really should have made tier 2 better than what it was. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good either, right? Hogpan is actually like 100%, right? The Hogpan is the most efficient thing on the claim. Although, could you imagine doing all this with a shovel? I couldn't. Digging that out with a shovel probably would have taken a year of game time, easily. $30 ounces already. Okay, we're doing all right. Not wonderful, but, you know, about what I expected. I think 144 ounces is doable. Maybe. As long as it doesn't fall off or something, which it always could. We never have averaged 2 ounces a bucket. But now that we're running better dirt, I'm just really hoping to average 2 ounces a bucket. I'd really like to see 3 or 4 ounces a bucket, honestly, but I'll take 2 if I can get 2. Right around that 30 to 35, so these are definitely the best buckets we've ever ran through Tier 2. That gold total is not going up as fast as I'd like. When it was at 50%. Stop whining. $35 again. $45 ounces. I'm not sure we're going to hit that 144 ounce. Not likely, I don't think. But probably not even 2 ounces a bucket still. So the worst dirt on the claim was giving us about 1.5 ounces a bucket. And probably the best dirt on the claim is not even giving us 2 ounces a bucket. That's not much of a difference. You never know. We might come into some big buckets here, but I seriously doubt it. Still 50 ounces. I think we're definitely going to hit 100. I mean, no doubt about that, I think. Big difference between 100 and 144, though. Excuse me. $55 ounces. Staying right at 35, isn't it? Starting to get disappointed. At this rate, I might have to dig another day and a half in Tier 2 just to get to Tier 3. Let's see, what did I dig? I ran from all day, 12 hours yesterday I dug. So 12 game hours anyway on day 5. And then about 3 hours this morning. 3.5. So this is roughly 15-hour digging cleanup on tier 2. Now that is with the little excavator and only one tier 2 plant, but still. That makes me wonder, are we averaging 10 ounces an hour? I don't think we are. Not even close. Now, of course, in real life, 10 ounces an hour would be amazing, right? But of course, in real life, we wouldn't be paying 30% royalties either. We'd be paying 15% royalties. Probably not even that on a claim that's not this rich. Yeah. This is the worst claim here. We might only be paying 10% royalties on something like this. Honestly, those royalties really do hold you back here in the beginning of the game. I mean, they really do kick your butt. They definitely need to lower the royalties. They need to lower the cost of some of these machines too. It's just ridiculous what they want for old broke down machinery. That just breaks down all the time too. I mean, it is hard mode, I get that, but even in normal mode, this is a nightmare if you're not renting or getting loans. Ooh, 27 ouncer, that's not good. Going down all of a sudden. Can't afford them to go down. We're not even halfway to what we want for gold. A little over half. 24, ouch. One of the squares back here in the back was pretty bad though, so maybe we're into that one. Ouch. Yeah, there goes any hopes of even 2 ounces a bucket. We're nowhere near 2 ounces a bucket. We're probably going to be right at our 1.5 like we were during the whole first half. So I'm not so sure the gold map is all that accurate, especially for tier 2, right? Like, because if this was actually as rich as the gold map was saying, we would be getting a lot more gold than we are. Especially since most of the gold was at the top too, right? Like, so I'm not digging that deep with the little excavator, so I'm not going down to the crap dirt. Yeah, this is very disappointing. Seven, almost 28. I was really hoping not to see any buckets under 30. I guess that was a pipe dream. Because our water hasn't, dried up or froze up or anything yet. Another 27. Nah, it's almost 30. Okay. Better, but not good. Eight. Yeah, this is disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Like some of those squares, like the ones we were digging before only had like 150 ounces of gold. Some of these others are supposed to have like 350. But we're seeing no real difference. No, I mean a little bit of difference, but not much of a difference between the squares here. That's just not good. And I've been digging top down too for the most part. So it's not like I'm wasting dirt or deleting dirt. They're definitely going to break 100 ounces, though, but I was hoping to break 144, so disappointed to say the least. Going to take us a while at this rate, especially since the claim owner takes 30%. Yeah, I'd say they need to work on the gold map a bit and make it more accurate, you know? I mean, really, that or they just need to bump tier 2 up quite a bit. It's ridiculous to only get 7% of the gold out of the ground. Almost 30. I would love it if these would go back to those 30 ounces, but it's obviously not going to happen. We were getting buckets with that much magnetite in the hog pan. Broke 100 ounces. All right, there's 5, 10, 15, 17 over there. 18 more buckets. 2 ounces a bucket even. Yeah, we might get close. Not to mention what's in the... I mean, not close enough, but... Not to mention, though, what's in the actually magnetite separator in the wavetable, so... 144, I guess, is possible. Oops, almost put too much in. Not likely, but it's still possible. Honestly, like, the way the gold map looked, right? I honestly thought 144 would be like the minimum we could possibly get. I was really hoping for like 160, 170. We're not even going to get 144 probably. What do you guys think of the video quality? 4K, 60 FPS. I think it looks pretty good, right? I have noticed that they've been doing some modifications, right? Some optimizations. And while the frame rates have gone up and the frame dips have gone down, I've noticed how things seem to get blurry when you move, right? Like it never used to do that. Or if it did, it didn't do it to near that extent. But you can really notice it when you're looking at the numbers above your screen. Look how blurry those get when you move. Didn't happen before. I mean, it happened, but it didn't happen to that extent. So Well, I think what they've done is kind of good, especially for people with less than ideal systems. It's really noticeable on 4K. Actually, it's like I did bump it down to 1080p just to see, and it's not near as noticeable in 1080p as it is 4K. But I didn't really like playing in 1080p either, so I don't know. I suppose it's a compromise, and they are just doing optimizations, probably more for PlayStation than PC, to be honest with you. But I mean, anything they do on PC, I'm sure they can roll over to the PlayStation port. But I'm not sure I actually like the changes. Like I really wish. Just look how blurry that gets if you just barely move it. So while I understand why they did it, I kind of wish they made it an option. Make it an option that we could turn on or off, and I would turn it off. To be honest. I mean, I'm happy that they're still working on the game, right? I really am. But I wish they weren't sacrificing quality for performance so much. One of the things I like about this game is how great it looks, especially for an older game. I don't know, guys. We might hit our 144. It's getting down to the wire. Also, they supposedly put an ATV in. I haven't actually went and looked for it. I'm assuming you buy it at the shop, or maybe it's a present you have to pick up. I don't know. But I haven't went and looked for it or anything. I just saw that they, in the update, they added an ATV to the game. Maybe at some point I'll get one of those and we'll go cruising around and check it out. So it's cool that they did that, I suppose. I'm not really sure what its purpose is. I mean, we already have the pickup truck. Why do we need another vehicle? I mean, if they were going to put another vehicle in, why not put in a new pickup truck so we didn't have to drive this piece of junk, right? Like put a car dealer in town so we could buy a new truck. I don't know. ATV might be fun though. We'll check it out at some point. Right now, the only thing I got on mine is tier 3. Let's get to tier 3 and stop running that stupid wash plant. Stop wasting all this dirt. Yeah, it looks like we are going to hit 144. Interesting. These last buckets are getting much, much better. Pleasantly surprised, right? I'd be a lot more pleasantly surprised if we were averaging 3 ounces a bucket, but I'll take 2 at this point, right? Another good bucket. I really probably shouldn't do these big clean outs like this. Start cleaning out more often, most likely. This clean out's taking almost a half hour. Almost done. We're definitely hitting our 144 though. That's great. We're actually going to pass it, which is awesome. Well, there you go. We're definitely getting 2 ounces of bucket. Slightly over, not very much over, but just slightly over 2 ounces of bucket. So we went from about 1.5 to 2. That's all the difference that all those good squares made. 1.5 ounces a bucket to 2 ounces a bucket. That is just sad, really. I mean, if it went from like 1.5 to 3.5 or something, I'd be impressed, right? But, or I'd at least be happy. But 1.5 to 2, that hurts, right? We're going to have to dig a lot more tier 2. I do promise you those, though. The next episode, we're getting tier 3. I don't care how many days I have to dig in the dirt to get to tier 3 off camera. We're getting to tier 3 next episode. Without a doubt. Not even, well, we'll probably hit 40% magnetite, but this 40% magnetite bucket, I don't know. I'm not sure how much a bucket holds, actually. Percent mag. 150 ounces and counting. I'll be honest though, I was really hoping for like 180 to 200 to be honest. So I figured with the better gold map the way it was, it shouldn't actually be a problem. Magnetite bucket in here. And this time I put another bucket in there. Alright, not making that mistake again. Should hit 156 maybe. Too bad. Well, I was getting a little discouraged there for a while, so I feel a little better about it. Not great, but a little better. So 156 ounces and about 15 hours of digging time in Tier 2 with a little axe and one Tier 2 plant. That is still pretty bad. Break. All right, to town we go. Want to stop and drop off this magnetite, which should give us enough for the gold loss at least. Pretty sure it will. Let's find out. So even skipping to the end of the season and buying everything at the end of the season, we need 280,000 just to buy what we want. Right, and then we'll need to move all that to the claim. Plus, we need to unlock workers. Plus, I would like to rent some stuff just to get the workers I want to make sure I get the workers I want. So really, 300,000 would be probably minimum. 320 would be a lot better. $25. Oh wow, I think that's not even enough for gold loss. To be honest, that is. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's not even enough for gold loss. Wow. That hurts. Honestly, if it's not, I might not smelt the gold, to be honest. I might just wait till later to smelt the gold. I mean, I don't really need to smelt the gold right now, but I would like to know how much money I got, but still. Upgrade. Yeah, it takes 26.45 and we only got 25.80. So close. All right, I'm not going to spelt the gold then, guys. I'm going to go dig some more. And I'll do a clean out again at the end of this day. I probably won't do that on camera, though. So I'll do a clean out at the end of this day. And then smelt gold. And beginning of day tomorrow, figure out where I'm at, what I need to do going forward. So I'm going to dig for the rest of this day, though, and then do the clean out and everything, probably all off camera. Then come here and smelt all the gold and everything. But the beginning of next episode is going to be with us getting tier 3. I can almost guarantee you that. So that's where we are, guys. So I think I'm going to end this episode here. I know this episode was another just mainly clean out episode. But once we get to tier 3, there will be some digging episodes thrown in there, guys. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the next one.